Did you know turtlenecks are still in style?
I guess I do now.
You ready?
Yeah, I got my snacks. She had a cold night last night. It's pretty chilly out. Here we go. Let's hope she starts. We're in business. We better get going. He's gonna be at the boat ramp in like 5 minutes.
So are we?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a chilly boat ride in. The only thing, I'm hoping that there's not too many other boats at this ramp. There's a pretty narrow stretch of river channel we're hunting on. It can only hold a couple of people up at the end of it. I think they'll gobble. It's just a matter if we can get everything in the boat, get situated, and get back in there and get the spot. Kind of like duck hunting, you know.
Yeah.
You got a spot in mind that you want to get to. If somebody beats you there, it's first come, first serve. So, you know, it's theirs. But Lance has a mud motor on his boat, so I'm hoping he can go up in there a little bit further than these other boats can. Does it look like Lance? Yep, that's him.
What's up, buddy? What's up, bud?
Oh, not much.
How you been?
There.
Pretty
What's going,
good.
Jay? Good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
It's cold enough, isn't it?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
Man.
Well, I didn't want to unload anything or do anything, so I wasn't sure what you were going to video. So
Yeah.
I just we have plenty of time.
Yeah, we do, and there ain't nobody here, so that's good. Opening morning, there was 2 trucks here.
Boats are just walked in.
Boats. Yeah, you can't. I mean, it'd be a 6-mile walk pretty
When you
well.
said 3.5 miles, like, man, we're on the lake with. I've never hunted this, so I had no clue.
Yeah, no, there's birds up here. There always has been in the past anyway, unless they've been shot out. But like I said, opening morning there was only 2 trucks here with trailers.
Yeah.
And they could be going on either side. I mean, I'm
that's
assuming
for
they're going down here, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of
water,
country
there's
that
plenty
way.
of water, it looks like.
It's opening week here in Missouri, and we're getting ready to take a little boat ride into some public land. We just had another fella pull into the ramp up there, actually, so he's probably fixing to put in and head up this channel. There always used to be lots of turkeys back in here, except I never took a boat in, which is the right way to do it. I always walked in and just ended up in a mess every time, but this should make it a lot easier. I don't know how close we can get. I don't really have a ton of experience, you know, off the boat.
As long as you keep moving and get out of sight before you kill it, they never seem to mind it.
Yeah.
But it's when they see the boat stop that they always seem to get a little leery.
Yeah. All right, here's your light. There, isn't it? We better start easing down.
That's that closer one, huh?
Close. You hear him?
Where was that at?
Over there. Did you hear his hen?
God, it's a funny sounding bird, ain't it?
Definitely down
Fair
there.
amount of scratching down in here.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll love this stuff down in this bottom. I've seen them down in here a bunch of different times.
The biggest thing I've seen the last couple of days. It's been better than this goblin wise, but as soon as they hit the ground, they give you about 10 minutes.
That's it.
And man. Now that's a different one.
Yeah, there's 2 of them up there.
There's 2 up here.
There's one right up that cove, or cut.
Yeah.
There's a cut between those two there.
Get up against that brush pile over there. That turkey's only gobbled probably 5-6 times, and Lance and Jake heard a hen yelping up in there, so.
There's 2 gobblers up in there.
Yeah, there's that one with that one that's got emphysema or whatever.
The turkey doctor.
This riverbed is dry, and as we were creeping up through here from the boat, we're only 200 yards from the boat, we started finding lots of scratchings and stuff. Ideally, I'd like to be up there on the ridges with them, but the woods are so open and crunchy right now. It's quiet this morning. I don't think we're going to be able to get away with it. I think we're in a pretty good spot. It's almost 7 o'clock, and these birds have completely shut up. This cold weather kind of pushing the birds back a little bit, has them bunched up, has them henned up. Pretty tough to deal with right now. About 8-9 o'clock, the sun's supposed to pop out and maybe warm up just a hair. And that may get these birds talking a little bit more so we can move on them. It's just so open because the spring is late. You can see all around us how bald these ridges are. It's 7 or 8 o'clock, and we're fixing to get some sun here in just a minute.
There's your son.
Come on out.
The turkeys gobbled good on the limb and hadn't said much since. We heard one fire up over on private about 30 minutes ago, and he ended up getting shot. When the sun pops out here in about 10-15 minutes, I'd like to be standing up there on top of one of those open ridges. We'll probably just take the boat and paddle it across and head straight up in there. Get to a high spot where we can listen good. Hey. He's right there.
I heard that one, yeah. Just think about what a pretty picture you're painting for this bird right now. He's thinking, man, she's going all this way just to come hang out with me. You don't like this idea at all, do you?
Nope. That turkey's gobbling. He's up in that pasture, and I don't know if he's going to leave it. If he does leave it, I think he's going to end up in the woods. They're public woods, but they're about a mile from us up on that next ridge. I grew up hunting these turkeys around these river bottoms like this and these ridges. Like, you go after them birds, and you don't get them very often. But I got no problem trying. We crept up to that opposite ridge way over there, and we heard a bird gobbling over here. I think he's on private ground, but he's completely surrounded by public. There wasn't no way we could go straight at him, so we had to come clear around and then cross this little riffle in the creek down here. I think he's up on top of that hill. Like, he may not even be able to hear us calling from down here. That may have been why we could hear him so clear when we were up on that far ridge. So we're gonna start easing up towards that field where we thought he was at. You definitely can kill him, especially if he keeps gobbling. But he hasn't gobbled for 20 minutes or so.
Sweet.
I just called and the bird gobbled. He's way up in that field, but we got public woods that go all the way around him, and they get nice and open up there towards the top. He gobbled. Over here though, wasn't it? I think he's up over that hill. He answered though.
He's just hard to hear because the wind's at our back and he's over top of that hill.
You want to back off over that hill and start calling and walking in that bottom. This turkey's coming. Yep. He may be coming, Jake. Got a turkey out here gobbling, and Jake says, "You think this mud's gonna do anything to my face?" Sometimes it just doesn't do anything. Sometimes it's real dark. This is pretty light colored dirt. I don't think it's probably gonna do much, is it? Yeah, I mean, it's helping for sure. I'd rub as much as you can on there. You can hear Lance back there calling. That turkey's hammering.
Mm-hmm. The guys are up top on the ridge, and they sent me back here to pull this bird up over this hill. He's out in the field on private property. So I'm gonna work my way back down this little ridge, see if I can get this bird coming up over this hill so they can get a shot. He's gobbling good, he's hot, but hopefully he'll keep coming.
Yeah, he's coming. He's in those woods up there now. Yeah, there was that other one. I'm wondering where this other turkey is at, because the other one's coming. Got good cover over here at least. All right. Right there, Jake. Rotate around. Huh? Rotate around. Further. He's gonna come right up here. There he is. One. Careful. See me? I don't think so. The setup is not ideal, is it? This bird has got a pretty big ditch to cross, and he'll cross it. He just won't say anything. Right over there to the right. Don't move. 70 yards is out of range. You see him now? Mm-mm. Look to the right. Don't move. That sees him. Is he strutting or what? No, you don't know where you're. Yeah. That's all afraid of. I can hear him jumping though. I might be getting closer. No, he's just walking left. Can you see him? Yep. I can see him. I see him now. He got him? I think so. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'd stay on that call. There you go. Look at him shake his head. Congrats, man. That's wild. That's why the guy that drops back always needs to take his gun right there. That's exactly why. I thought that turkey was acting like he was coming, man. That is awesome. That bird slipped in on us, only gobbled a couple of times, and we knew he was coming. So Lance was trying to bring him around right in front of me and Jake, but he actually come around below us and got on that far ridge about 75 yards away. Got a boat bird, boy. Yeah.
When it works, it works.
That was awesome. I'm glad you took your gun, dude. Gee, we need Christmas. How far was he when you shot?
25.
Look at that. Holy cow. Big old beard on him too. Yeah.
So what happened? When I went back there the first time, after I said, hey, here's the gun up there, I left it by that tree, by my bag right there. I'm gonna walk back and just call. So when I was sitting on that log right by the river, I was just calling, and then he gobbled, which you all thought it sounded like the same one, I guess.
Right.
I didn't have my gun with me. So I ran back up here and got the gun and looked at you guys, and then I went that way to get him coming this way. And somewhere in that meantime, he must have went along this inside.
He was probably in range of us. I mean, at the
Did you
end,
see him
yeah.
coming, or did you see him when he was already past you?
No, we seen him when he was over here on this ridge. We didn't see him coming.
So he went right by where I was calling.
Yeah.
But then he was past me when I called, and he gobbled, and it was loud. And I saw his head move, and then he come right to me. My gun was propped up on the tree because I was just hanging out listening to you guys and watching. And I was like, I better get my gun ready. And then I saw him gobble, and he come right in, man.
Sweet.
He gobbled 3 times, twice.
He didn't gobble very many
We heard him
times.
twice.
Thanks, man, for saying take that gun.
You're the one that heard him.
I'm the one that ran off without the dang gun. I am glad that I heard him because I wouldn't have been able to shoot him.
That's
if he
what
had come over
happens
here.
sometimes when you're doing tag team calling. They'll swerve on you. And
Had he come like that and I was over there, even with my gun, you guys would have been, I couldn't have shot. Because he'd have been right here in line with you guys.
right. And I
mean,
couldn't have
maybe-
shot because I was in, like he
I
would have
wouldn't able
been,
to see you, or you would have
he was in between me and the turkey. So
Yeah. And I don't know video-wise if you'd have got, I mean, I'd have shot him
No.
probably before he got to you. Did you have? Oh,
I had footage of him coming in. He might have been behind a tree when you shot, but I mean,
got something. That's what you do. Let's get him notched on your tag and then, okay, yeah, I figured you did as soon as you shot him. That's awesome, man. Yes.
Well, we're on the way out with Lance's bird. Wish you could hunt all day in Missouri, but we had to quit at 1 o'clock and we almost got another one.
Yeah, we did. I think that sun and the warmth today made a big difference.
Yeah, it was cold right off the roost. I mean, it was 30 degrees. They gobbled a handful of times off the roost, and we did hear a bunch of turkeys. But after they got down, we didn't hear nothing for several hours until that sun peaked out, and then we started hearing a bird gobble. I mean, he was 3/4 of a mile off, and it took us a good hour and a half to work over there to where he was at. By the time we got in position, we had the original turkey gobbling and coming to us, and this guy slid in the back door.
Quick.
Here comes them other boys that was hunting back there. There was another boat that was in there this morning. It was actually, I think these are the same guys that came in behind us on the ramp.
Yeah, I think it was. Got that E-Tech on it.
Yeah. That's gonna do it for today, but thanks for bringing your boat down,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
We had fun.
Perfect. It worked out perfect.
I'm glad you brought your dadgum gun with you too. Otherwise it wouldn't have worked out. And also, before we close out this video, thanks everybody for watching. But also go check out Lance's channel over at Just Hunt Club, right?
That's right, Just Hunt Club.
They'll have a bunch of turkey hunting stuff there this spring. Y'all do waterfowl, all kinds of stuff.
Once we get into summer, there'll be fishing and everything coming up.
We'll probably be hunting with these boys a little bit more this spring yet too. Zach may even get out east and hunt with John up in Pennsylvania. So pretty cool though. Pretty neat to get one off the boat, huh? Get some photos and head to the house.
Let's do it.